Imagine a city teetering on the edge of chaos, where violent crime festers, gangs run rampant, and local leaders like Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor J.B. Pritzker hurl shocking accusations at President Donald Trump, branding him a dictator bent on sparking a Civil War rematch for daring to launch a bold crime crackdown. It's September 11th, 2025, and Trump's Operation Midway Blitz is shaking the Windy City to its core, targeting criminal illegal immigrants and gang members with ICE raids that have already netted 700 arrests. Yet, Chicago's Democratic elite are fighting tooth and nail, accusing Trump of shredding the Constitution while shielding the very criminals tearing their city apart. This isn't just a policy spat. It's a high-stakes, heart-pounding showdown that could reshape America's future, exposing a radical left spiraling into Trump derangement syndrome and a grieving father's plea for justice drowned out by political noise. From Washington, D.C.'s miraculous turnaround, now a crime-free haven thanks to Trump's playbook, to Chicago's explosive battleground, this 12-minute exposé rips the veil off Hollywood-style cover-ups, raw hypocrisy, and the heroes fighting for safety. I'm Griffin, your host at Zone Media Network. Buckle up for a roller coaster of truth that'll keep you glued till the final twist, because this saga could change everything you thought you knew about power, crime, and America. The firestorm ignited when Mayor Brandon Johnson unleashed a bombshell on X, calling President Trump one of the biggest threats to humanity in a generation for launching Operation Midway Blitz, a federal crackdown named in honor of Katie Abraham, a 20-year-old killed in a hit-and-run by an alleged illegal immigrant drunk driver in Urbana, Illinois, announced on September 8, 2025, by the Department of Homeland Security. The operation deploys 200 ICE agents and 100 vehicles to target the worst of the worst, criminal aliens and gang members fueling Chicago's violence. Trump's no stranger to results. In D.C., his federal takeover slashed violent crime by 26% since 2024, with 556 arrests and an 87% drop in carjackings, transforming a hellhole into a city where residents dine safely and businesses thrive, Yet, Johnson and Pritzker cry foul, accusing Trump of tyrannical overreach and comparing his tactics to Andrew Jackson's Trail of Tears, with Pritzker's X-post, viewed 12 million times, warning of a nefarious plan to convert democracy into chaos, The hashtag Chicago Resists exploded with 3.5 million posts, branding Trump a warlord, while 1.8 million under hashtag Trump Tyranny amplified their narrative. But let's cut through the noise. Is deporting murderers and drug traffickers a threat to humanity, or a lifeline for a city drowning in crime? Johnson's rhetoric, echoed by 2.7 million X-posts, smells like a desperate cover-up to dodge accountability for Chicago's chaos. Chicago's crisis runs deep, and the numbers don't lie. In 2023, the city saw a violent crime spike, 573 murders, more than any other U.S. city over 100,000 people. Johnson's administration has since slashed homicides by 30% and shootings by 40% in 2025 through community investments like mental health clinics and youth programs. But gangs and illegal immigration still haunt neighborhoods like Englewood and Little Village, where 150,000 undocumented residents, 8% of Chicago's 2.7 million population, live in fear of both IC and gang violence. Trump's offer of federal help, proven in D.C., is met with defiance. Johnson signed an executive order on August 30th, 2025, barring Chicago police from aiding IC or National Guard patrols, claiming it protects grandmothers from unmarked vans. Pritzker doubled down, telling CBS, "This is about inciting mayhem, not fighting crime." Enter Joe Abraham, Katie's father, who joined me with IC Director Todd Lyons, his voice cracking. "My daughter was stolen by a criminal alien. I'm serving a life sentence of grief." Joe's plea, shared 850,000 times on X under hashtag Justice for Katie, demands leadership. Yet Pritzker's silence is deafening, as Lyons notes IC detainers are ignored. X users like at Patriot Voice 23, 1.2 million likes, rage, "Johnson cares more about illegals than Chicagoans," while Reddit's 50,000 upvote thread calls Pritzker's Civil War talk unhinged. The cover-up? Leaders paint Trump as a villain to mask their failure, while 1.5 million X posts under hashtag Chicago deserves better beg for federal intervention, echoing Trump's claim that African-American ladies are screaming for help. Trump's playbook is battle-tested and winning. In D.C., he deployed 1,750 National Guard troops and federalized police, turning a city once paralyzed by crime into a safe haven, as he boasted in a September 2025 clip, strolling with cabinet members. Restaurants are packed, with OpenTable reporting a 40% surge in reservations since July. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, a Democrat, admitted, crime's down because of Trump's surge. Now, Trump's eyeing Chicago and New York, posting a provocative AI-generated image on Truth Social, viewed 15 million times, of him before a fiery Chicago skyline, captioned, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning." Pritzker slammed it as a war threat, but Trump clarified, "We're cleaning up cities, not warring." His strategy, targeting gangs and criminal aliens, has ICE seizing 91 illegal firearms in Chicago since September 8th. Local aldermen like Raymond Lopez, who told Fox News, "Gangs are the real problem," and Anthony Napolitano, with 70% ward approval, backed Trump. Yet, Johnson's resistance, labeled Trump derangement syndrome, in 4 million X posts, stalls progress, with 1.3 million under hashtag failed mayor demanding he resign. On Reddit, 80,000 upvotes question, why block help when Englewood's crying for it? The cover-up deepens as leaders dodge accountability, spinning a narrative to keep power. The hypocrisy is glaring. Johnson and Pritzker champion democracy, but shield criminals with sanctuary policies, ignoring a dismissed 2025 federal lawsuit against Illinois' laws. Trump's border shutdown, slashing crossings by 60% in 6 months, proves he delivers. In L.A., he forced Governor Gavin Newsom to act, restoring order with 600 IC arrests. Chicago's 800,000-strong Latino community fears raids, but workers in Little Village demand protection from gangs, not IC, with 65% in a local poll supporting crackdowns. A Reddit thread with 90,000 upvotes asks, why do Democrats pick politics over safety? Meanwhile, 2.8 million X posts under hashtag Chicago crime accuse Johnson of enabling gangs. Even moderate Democrats, per Washington Post poll, oppose National Guard deployments, 80%, but admit crimes out of control, 65%. The disconnect thrives in this cover-up. Leaders vilify Trump to hide their inaction, while residents suffer. 278 homicides in 2025, down but still a national high. Trump's D.C. model, empowering law enforcement, deporting criminals, could save Chicago, but Pritzker's dictator rants fuel division, with 2 million posts accusing him of sabotaging America. The stakes couldn't be higher. Operation Midway Blitz has arrested 700-plus criminals, seizing 91 firearms, targeting the worst of the worst, as Lyon says. Residents demand action. 3.2 million X posts under hashtag Save Chicago plead for safer streets. Yet, Johnson's executive order and Pritzker's threats, viewed as hysteria in 1.9 million posts, block progress. Joe Abraham's words haunt. Leadership isn't picking fights, it's saving lives. Trump's D.C. success, restaurants thriving, streets safe, prove change is possible. Chicago's aldermen, backed by 75% of polled residents, urge cooperation. Will Johnson and Pritzker let pride doom their city, or will they join the fight? The real scandal is the cover-up. Leaders hiding failure behind anti-Trump venom while families grieve. Drop your take below. Who's really fighting for Chicago? Subscribe for more unfiltered truth. This battle's just begun, and the truth won't stay buried.